As we come to the business end of the season now, I still don't believe what this Preston team has achieved, and I still don't believe that we can maintain it. We have a very difficult run-in coming up, and even in my wildest dreams, I can't see this team winning the Premier League this season. But Europe and the Champions League is a very real possibility. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Road to Glory Part 90 Season 10 here at Preston. And I do not believe what has happened this season, and at the moment we are currently top of the Premier League after 29 games, and we are 5 points clear of Manchester City. And I still don't believe that this is really happening. And today in this special Premier we will be playing 3 games. We will be playing at Southampton, Aston Villa and Tottenham. And if we can maybe get 6 points out of the 9 points available today, with just 6 games left, then we will be still in a very good spot to win the Premier League. However, it has been falling apart of late, and before we go to find out what has been happening on the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel and you love FM content and you like to see people suffer playing this game, then you're in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above me. And while we are on the subject, it's likes and comments that help the channel to grow, and if you are enjoying the series, then why not leave a like, leave a comment, and help the YouTube algorithm to push this out to people who have not yet been introduced to the channel and have not had a chance yet to join us. I would appreciate that very much. But let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us beating Newcastle in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, but unfortunately we lost the tie on penalties. And we followed that with a 2-1 victory at home to West Ham, which was followed by a very nice 4-0 away victory at Crystal Palace. And then we beat lowly Norwich by 3-1 after Norwich had a player sent off very early on, and we came back from a goal behind to win the tie by 3-1. And then it all started to get a little bit dodgy, and things started to fall apart a little bit, and we started that poor run with a 0-0 draw away at Leeds, and that was followed by a 0-0 home draw against Chelsea. And against Brighton we didn't play any better, and we finished that game with another draw, a 2-2 draw. But finally we managed to get that elusive victory, winning by 3-1 at home to Wolves. And so today we'll be playing Southampton away, Aston Villa at home and Tottenham away, which will then leave only 6 games to play. And if we can make the most of these 3 fixtures today, it will put us in a very good place as we go into the run-in and attempt to get to Europe, or even better, attempt to win the Premier League. And that would just be an outstanding achievement by this team. And talking of the team, if we go and have a look at what has been happening in terms of the player performance, then the top man is Evan Ferguson. He has an average rating of 7.29 after 30 games. He's followed by Rojas, who has been a little bit unpredictable but has still played fairly well. Ganari has settled very nicely at centre-back. And young Zagre is a name to watch out for in the future. He's recently begun playing in the first team. He's played twice from the beginning and has made 4 substitution appearances. He's got 3 goals and an average of 7.17. Kabar at left-back has had a good season, as well as Seligrat at centre-back. And our goalkeeper Alton, not a bad season for him, but I'm sure we can find a better goalkeeper than him in the summer. I'm not thinking that he is going to be our number 1 goalkeeper next season. Adolphson, who hasn't played much but does have an average rating over 7, and then Stoiker, centre-back defensive midfield, he has an average rating of 7. In terms of goals scored, well, Ferguson clearly is the top goal scorer, and he has 20 from his 30 appearances. Rojas has 13 goals, and Verdejo has 8 goals. Bellingham chipping in with 4, and Sam Surridge chipping in with 4. Sam Surridge, who is desperate to leave the club now. We've been unable to find a club for him in the winter transfer window, but he is on his way out for sure. And in terms of assists, Rojas has 9 assists and Jobe Bellingham has chipped in with 7. Becker has 6 assists from left back, and Kabar from left back has 5 assists. Agahoa has 4, and Charteris has 3 assists. And so we have performed extremely well this season, much better than I ever could have imagined. And in the winter transfer window, we just made 1 addition to the squad. We were very concerned about losing Sam Surridge, so we have brought in Simon Snedden, a striker from Lazio, for £3.8 million. I don't envisage seeing him anything other than a squad player. He has got some nice attributes. He's got good finishing, good dribbling, and he's got good technique. He can certainly strike a football. He's got good pace, and I'm hoping he will make a very good addition to the squad and will settle in and become a very good squad player as we go into Europe next season. I don't envisage him being a first team regular, but I'm sure that he'll do a very good job for the club. And so it's time to get on with these 3 very important games now. And in the first one, we are away at Southampton. Southampton, who play a vertical tiki-taka, and it is a very quick game of possession, dribbling. They play much more direct than normal teams. And so we haven't got to grips with this style of play. And we've made a couple of tweaks to the tactic today, and hopefully it will work. I'm going to try and attempt to slow things down, as they will start the game extremely fast, and if we can slow the game down, keep possession, then hopefully we can get a result here at Southampton. We have to see what will happen. I'm hoping for 3 very good results today. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today, this first of 3 very important games that we have to play, is Alton in goal, with Charteris, Seligrat, Stoica and Becker at the back. Milic, Agahoa, Bellingham and Verdejo in midfield, with Ferguson and Rojas up front. I still have not worked out how to play against the vertical tiki-taka. It's a system that I can't seem to fathom out, and Southampton's record against us is very impressive. They have beaten us every single time. I need a strong defence today. I'm expecting them to dominate the midfield. I really need possession, and we need to take our chances when we get them. But it is Southampton who've started the game a little bit stronger. I really don't feel very optimistic in this game, as we are probably the weaker of the 2 teams. The Premier League doesn't tell the story, and Southampton are a much better team than we are, and yet they have really struggled, and it could be that because they've been in Europe this season, that's accounting for them only being in 10th position in the table. But they are coming at us, they always do, and they are going to score. It's a good save by Alton. We don't look very good. I really don't know how to stop this vertical tiki-taka. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to just maybe tell them to force them outside. It's the only thing I can think of. If they are playing narrow, then maybe just force them outside. And I had thought about slowing the game down, but I don't think that's going to help. That was a good tackle. Becker's bringing the ball forward. Can Becker do something? He's looking inside for support, and the highlight comes to nothing. If we do slow the game down, will that help? I'm not sure. Not in this weather, at least. Maybe we need to be playing a little bit wider. We have won the ball in midfield. That was good by Verdejo. He finds Milic to Agahoa. We need big games from some of these players. Stoiker, we need him to show some leadership. He is the club captain. He needs a big game in this game. That's a lovely ball for Bellingham. Bellingham inside, and that's a goal for Rojas. And we have taken the lead. We won't be celebrating yet, but that was lovely football. And it is now Southampton 0, Preston 1. What a great start. I'm not going to be jumping up and down yet. And just as I was saying, I need big games. It's Charteris with a ball over the top. Bellingham, first time into the path of Rojas, who buried it in the corner. Southampton were caught napping there. And hopefully that's a good sign. Hopefully we can go on and start playing some really good football. De Silva Mello is a nightmare for us. He always has a good game. I think what I'm going to do is ask Charteris to type mark him. He has always been a problem, and I just want our fullback, just follow him around wherever he goes. We've got to stop him play, and that's a lovely pass by Southampton. They are in, they do have a chance. It's 1-1, and our lead lasted for about 4 minutes, and that is not great, but the referee's checking VAR. I think he was way onside. I'm not even sure why they're checking it. I'll be very surprised if he was offside. The goal is awarded. Yeah, he looked onside to me. Sometimes I think FM goes overboard with this VAR. He looked well onside to me. And yeah, he was way onside. And that's a goal. It's 1-1. And our good start has gone. Southampton have come into this game. We don't need to see the lines. I knew it was onside, and I don't know why you're doing that. And Southampton, Le Breton is being a pest. They are a very good team. I can't understand why they are down in 9th. And the only thing I can think of is because of the Champions League competition which they've been in this year, and hopefully we will have to face that ourselves next season, and it won't be easy. You need a big squad of very good players, and Southampton are dominating the game now, and this is actually breaking my heart again. We don't look very comfortable. Southampton are just spraying the ball around at will. They're running at us. We look awful, to be honest, and I suspect they will score very shortly. There's a header. It goes over the crossbar. I have to try and do something. And maybe what I need to do, we are stepping up more, maybe what I need to do is to slow everything down. What I'm going to do is, what shall I do? I think I might come off the counter press and just slow everything down. Try and get hold of the ball, because we are being beaten at the moment. They are beating us in possession. They're beating us in chances created. And we're just not looking like we're good enough to live with them. And this is a strong team. Unfortunately, we did have Ganari get injured just before the game. He's going to be out for 3 weeks, and that doesn't help. But we have managed to nick the ball off them. And here is Rojas. Rojas looking for Ferguson. Ferguson, come on, you haven't had a big game for a while. Ferguson with the ball through to Verdejo. And Verdejo couldn't get his shot away. But that was better. And can we specifically mark? Can Seligrat do the job on Blackburn? Maybe. I don't think that's a great idea, because he is a bit of a roamer. And we'll have to see if that works out. I don't think Seligrat's good enough to type mark him, but if he does a good job, doing a good job, 1-1, I'll take 1-1. Keep working hard until full time. Southampton are clearly the better team, although we're just edging possessions at the moment, and Emil Holm is a problem now. And so we've just decided to close him down and type mark him. They have got some very good players. I do envy their players, some of their players. And I would like, hopefully in the summer, to get in a few very, very good players that will help us in our campaign next year. All that I want this season is Champions League football. Europa League will be okay, but we are top of the league, and that is a terrible pass. And I think that also has to come off. Player of defence has to come off. And let's ask our goalkeeper to distribute it past the defence. That was terrible, and maybe FM's telling me don't play out of defence against Southampton. They do have a chance. It's a good save by Alton, and we've just about managed to hold on. We make mistakes at the back as well. I need somebody who's much better in terms of his control at the back. We do make terrible mistakes at the back, and maybe playing out of defence. I've got to forget about that now. There's nothing I can do, Mr. Assistant, about Emile Holm. We are supposed to be tight marking him anyway. I think now it's time for me to go and make a few changes. And so we have made a couple of changes. Ferguson decides to lose the ball and has given away a free kick in a very silly area, but the highlight comes to nothing. And it is Southampton 1, Preston 1. We are still top of the league. We are still 3 points clear of Manchester City as it stands at the moment. And time to make a few more changes, I think. And so we have made our couple of changes, the final 2 changes. As we go into the last 10 minutes, it's still Southampton 1, Preston 1. I wonder if I should perhaps go to a more cautious mentality now and accept the point. Southampton are absolutely dominating the game, so I think we will do that. We'll go a little bit more cautious now, try and hold on, get a point, and hopefully that will see us still 3 points clear at the top of the table. And we do have a chance to break, but we have been robbed. And hopefully now we are playing a little bit more cautious. Southampton are not going to score a late winner. That will break my heart. We've done so well in this game, and they are coming forward. And we need to get near to him. He's bursting into the box, and that was a good chance, but he skied it over the crossbar. We didn't really get near enough to him, and that is full time. It's finished. Southampton 1, Preston 1, the 4th draw in 5 games. This run of form isn't very satisfying. I'm going to tell the boys that they've done very, very well, but I'm not too happy. Manchester City and Newcastle are closing the gap on us now. Can we hold on to top spot? I very much doubt it. But we did do well in terms of playing against the vertical tiki-taka. It's always been a big problem for me. We have a game coming up now against Aston Villa, and just before we go to that game against Aston Villa, the big news is that I have signed a new contract. I've signed a contract for another 3 years. I felt it was a no-brainer. I want to see where Preston can go both this season and next season, and I'm hoping that will be a good move. £33,500 a week, so I'm hoping that is going to be some good news for everybody at the club. We've signed a new contract. Let's go and play against Aston Villa now. We need a win today. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Aston Villa has a few changes that sees Pugh come in at right back. He's come in for Charteris, whose form is extremely poor. Kabar comes in and returns at left back. Adolfsson plays at centre back with Seligrat because of his height, which means Stoiker, because of his height, also moves to DM. Applethwaite, Bellingham and Zagre will make an appearance. He's in good form, and so he gets his chance, and Ferguson and Rojas will play up front. I feel less and less optimistic as these games come and go. We are not playing very well, and I feel like it's not going to be our year, and I think we need to let's get out there and keep this lead, because if we lose today and Manchester City win, then we will not be top of the league, and we need to win today. But Aston Villa are an extremely pacey team, and we're going to have to defend extremely well, and we are going to try and force them outside and try and get them to cross the ball, which is why we have picked tall defenders. We just want to get them outside and hopefully we can create chances ourselves. As Zagreb fires in a free kick, but it's tame. It was a long way out. Zagreb has come into his own in the second half of the season. Agahoa is not playing very well. Vadejo not having his great season that he began with. And so Zagreb has forced his way into contention, and he has picked up a couple of appearances, and he's doing well. He deserves to get a chance here today. Ferguson looking to come down the right. He's tackled, and we lose the ball. And we need to not do that. And Ferguson needs to... one of the things I might do is tell the players to dribble less. Running at them. They are a bunch of good tacklers, so running at them isn't going to help our cause. We just want to pass the ball around. That's the idea. That's how we play football. We play a high-tempo passing game, and we need to pass it around and stop Aston Villa from using their pace. And they will cause us problems. Aston Villa, a very, very good team. They're all good teams in the Premier League. They're all better than us, probably with the exception of Norwich. They're all much, much better than us. And we've done well to be where we are. But they have a chance, and it goes past the post. We do seem in games to hang on by the skin of our teeth, and it is getting harder and harder and harder as we go through each game now, coming to the end of the season. We're not the fittest in terms of natural fitness, and it's becoming a bit of a strain on these players, and maybe rotation now is going to be absolutely crucial. And Bellingham probably needs a rest. He's not doing very well at the moment. Ferguson's not inspiring me. And we need someone, though, to step up to the plate. Dion Pugh and Kaba has taken a knock, and we have to bring on Becker. And our injuries just keep going and going and going. The FM is relentless when it comes to injuries, and it is what it is. And I'm going to say that they've defended well. Keep going, you have the ability, and you weren't that bad, you have the ability, you weren't that bad, I have faith in you. We've just got to try and big them up. Are we going to get another draw, which would be 5 draws in the last 6 games? That will be a disaster of a result. And my assistant wants to put in more crosses. I think that will go against the grain of what we're trying to do. We want to just work it through the middle. That is pretty poor from Becker, and our Aston Villa going to spoil our dreams here today. They look the more dangerous team. They've had all the highlights. We haven't had a single highlight, I don't think, apart from the free kick early on. Cross into the box, and that's what we need to defend against. We've done well there. And we've got to stop these crosses coming in. That's a poor pass. That was a dreadful pass from Becker. And if Becker, who's out of form at the moment, is my only option now at fullback, then we are in serious trouble. I hope that the injury to Kaba is not too serious. And at the moment, it's still 0-0. And corner floated into the box. It's a poor take by the goalkeeper, and Aston Villa have survived. And let's have a look who is being dangerous here. And so we have made a few changes, and we are going to try and win this football match. It's not looking very good, though. In terms of chances, it's 50-50, but we've just about edged the possession. I think as we need to win this game, I think I'm going to go a little bit more positive, try and take the game to Aston Villa now, try to get a goal. We've brought on Sneddon to see if he can do something, as Ferguson was not playing very well. We brought on Simpson. We've had to take off Dion Pugh at fullback, who was having a dreadful game. We've had to make a lot of changes, and that kind of passing is not going to get us anywhere. And I think maybe we need to push the lines up possibly and try and just attack Aston Villa a little bit more. They are in, and I thought they were going to score. And I am going to push the lines up now. I think maybe we're giving them too much space to play in, and we need to stop that, and we need to just maybe not play out of defence. I do get very worried when this happens. Applethwaite has lost the ball, and that's what I worry about. And so, yeah, I'm going to tell them not to play out of defence now. It's like late season and they're making errors. There's a chance, but it's well defended. But it's a poor pass again, and we are looking like we are quite vulnerable at this point in time. But Charteris can bring the ball away. Charteris has only been on a few minutes, is now on a yellow card. He's found Snedden. Snedden, it's about time you did something. Nice cross into the box. It is a chance, and the goalkeeper claims it. And it remains 0-0, but he was offside. And so we're looking like we could possibly be just another draw here. We're becoming very, very much draw specialists. This will be our 6th draw in 7 games, and unless we can start winning football matches, then this season is going to peter out into nothing, and it is looking like it's coming to an end. It's Preston 0, Aston Villa 0, and it is another draw. And I'm going to say, yeah, I don't like it. It's poor. Your performances are very, very poor at the moment. If we have a look at the schedule, it's looking unbelievable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draws in our last 6 games. And this is an unbelievable run of form. We need to put this right. And we have one more game in which to put that right. And we will have to play away at Tottenham. Can we beat Tottenham? Who knows? They are also high up in the league. I guess I will take a draw again against Tottenham. And I think it's time. I'll work through the week and then we'll go and play against Tottenham. And we'll see you for the next game. Our final game against Tottenham is about to begin, and I don't see us getting anything out of this game at all. Our season is petering out. It's becoming very, very difficult to get any sort of results. And today we are also going to be playing a team playing the vertical tiki-taka. And that seems to be how teams are deciding to play against us. And it is Alton in goal. Charteris needs to play better than his recent form has been. Seligrat, Adolfsson, Kabar at the back, with Milic, Agahoa, Simpson and Verdejo in midfield. Grant and Rojas will play up front, and we've decided to rest Ferguson. He hasn't been looking very sharp in the last couple of games, so it's time to give him a rest, give him time to sit on the bench and have a think. And hopefully we've picked a team that can at least do well. Just make us proud. I'm saying we're on a good run. We are not on a good run. We are on a terrible run. We've played 6 and drawn 5 in the last 6 games, and it really is a poor run. I can't see us getting anything at White Hart Lane. We're not good enough to match Tottenham, and as the season progresses, our form is falling away. We're getting more and more injuries. We are having players who are extremely unfit, and it's not a great situation to be in. We are also playing against teams at the moment who are extremely pacey, and we can't match the pace that they have. And Tottenham are in. Tottenham should score. It's a good save by Alton, but it was a poor finish. And maybe I need to be thinking about straight away, yeah, we have taken out play out of defence. They are making me very nervous at the back, playing out of defence. And we do have a throw, and it is Kabar. Can we score a goal? It would be nice to score a goal today. We haven't been scoring goals of late. We've had, I think, 4 0-0 draws in the last 6 games. That's a dreadful pass. And Tottenham have easily picked that ball up. But Charteris has won it back. Nice to see Charteris playing a little bit better. Simpson finds Rojas. Rojas looking for Agahoa. Agahoa to Grant. Grant needs to find his man. His poor pass to Kabar. Kabar, can he get down the left-hand side? Needs to find support now. He finds Adolfsson. Adolfsson to Milic. Milic looking long for Charteris. That's a nice pass. And he finds Seligrat inside. This is better football. We haven't been playing this for a little while, but we have been robbed. Maybe a little bit too intricate on the edge of the box. And I'm thinking that perhaps maybe we should play a little bit wider. try and make more space, but that's a lovely move by Tottenham, and Tottenham have scored. And so all that good football, and Tottenham, within a couple of passes, there you go and score a goal. It's really tough, this. We're not playing very well, and Preston's world is falling apart here. We're just not good enough, and it was a false dawn when we were top of the league, and can plainly see we're just not good enough. I'm going to instruct the team to just play wider, see what we can do, and yeah, we'll go ahead with those changes. We're being totally dominated, and it's not surprising we are behind. We put together some nice passes, but it just was nice, that's all. It had no threat to it in the end. But it is Kabar again. Verdejo finds Milic. Milic looking to find Charteris. Charteris is in space. You need to get it into the box. It's poor again from Charteris. The referee, though, might have been looking at a penalty. Charteris' first touch was dreadful, and if we'd be very lucky if we get a penalty out of that. And the decision is no penalty. Yes, it is a penalty, and I'm not sure who's going to be taking this. We are very short of penalty takers. It is going to be Rojas. Rojas scores. It's Tottenham 1, Preston 1. Please don't tell me this is going to be another draw. I just couldn't take it. And we are back in the game, though. And this will make us probably the champions of all time in terms of draw history. If this turns out to be another draw, it'll be 7 draws in 8 games, I think. Or is it 6 draws in 7 games? But it's still early days yet. Tottenham are the better team. They are looking like the better team. And it is 1-1. Tottenham have a set piece. And it's to the near post. It flicks off the crossbar and it goes behind for a goal kick. And so I think, yeah, taking the play out of defence away does mean that we are able to cope with the press of these teams a little bit better. But Tottenham are just, I think, all these teams that we're playing against are far superior to us. And I think now it's just beginning to tell. Their superior fitness, their superior technical ability, and towards the end of the season it's just beginning to tell, and they're getting behind us at will. And it is now Tottenham 2, Preston 1. I'm going to pull the line back because they're just getting behind us at will, and there's nothing that we can do to stop it. And so it's Tottenham 2, Preston 1. And the goal is awarded. There was nothing wrong with it, and we are a goal behind. This has been a terrible episode. It's breaking my heart, and it was a good goal. Nice break from midfield. We're not picking them up, and it's just poor. Adolfsson is having a very, very poor game. It's time for him to come off. I can't take any more chances with him, and we need to try somehow and get back into this game. I don't feel very optimistic. Verdejo again. Verdejo's form has been absolutely chronic, and I'm tempted to take him off as well. It's just poor as Tottenham look to score again. They have scored again, and it is now out of sight. We have now got nothing to lose except to go and attack them. Tottenham are 3-1 up. They're out of sight. Our title dream is over. And we need to get this game over with, get on the bus, go home, lick our wounds. The dream is over. They are a better team. There are better teams behind us, and we are going to lose our top spot very, very soon. I'm going to say, what was that? Everybody's playing badly, so I can't change everybody. We've changed what we can. We have to try. Maybe I'll go a little bit more positive. Just try and see if we can't do something. Tottenham are clearly the better team. And look at this. There's so many dangers there. We do have instructions to type mark him anyway. So it's obviously not working. And we're being absolutely annihilated by Tottenham. They are 17 strikes on goal. They've had 7 on target. We're not in this game at all. And here is Kabar. Kabar's been robbed. It's absolutely dreadful. I'm going to shout at them, berate them, because they're just not trying. It doesn't look like they're trying. And we look a very, very poor second-rate team at the moment. We're actually looking like the relegation candidates that we were at the beginning of the season. You know, all this, I don't know what these results were about. They were very, very strange results which somehow left us in the top 4 and now on top of the league. And I think today we're just being shown we're not good enough and we're having a pasting. And that's the way to do it. We don't want to be playing out of defence, but Tottenham are going to bring it right back at us. I'm going to push the lines up. I'm just going to say, go for it now. Go for the jugular. Let's just try and do something. I'm getting really tired of watching these poor performances of late. And Tottenham have made it 4-1. We have been annihilated. And it's embarrassing to watch this. And I don't know where the threat is coming from. They're just better than us all over the pitch. Our team, Preston, is falling apart. I don't really want to watch this again. We are falling apart, and I can't see where the danger is. It's all over the pitch. They are dominating in all areas of the pitch. They've beaten us soundly, and 4-1 deserved. We've been absolutely terrible. And let's take Grant off. He's been an absolute nightmare. And who else can I take off? Seligrat's having an absolutely dreadful game. Let's take him off. I don't seem to have another central defender on the bench. That's the problem with letting your assistant manager sort out your bench. We do have a chance. Rojas is in. Rojas has got a little consolation for us. Kabar is tired. And so let's bring on Becker for the last few minutes. And we have scored a little consolation. 4-2. Nice ball by Simpson. Rojas, delicate little chip. It's Tottenham 4, Preston 2. And it's not our day. It's not going to be our title, unfortunately. And with just 6 games to go, Manchester City now have 2 games in hand on us. And we have no chance of claiming the title this season now. City, if they win both their games, they will... and we have given away a penalty now just to make matters worse. And I'm just going to shout at them, and just because it's making me feel happy. They are dreadful. And is Milic going to be sent off? Because he's on a yellow card already. And the penalty's awarded. 5-2. What an absolute shocking result this is. Our season is falling apart, and it's Kuleveski. He will score this. We don't save penalties, and it's now 5-2. And this is the worst result of the season. And our season is falling apart. We will be very, very lucky if we qualify for any European competition at this point. And I think the dream is over. And if we don't qualify for the Europa League, I think I'll be looking for another job, because this team has let me down extremely badly. Or did they? Relegation favourites? I don't know. I just feel bitterly disappointed at the moment with what's going on. They're not good enough. And we need big money again to spend in the summer. I doubt whether we'll get it this time. And we're just going to get ourselves stuck. I think they're a young team. Maybe they will get better over a few seasons. Who knows? But Tottenham are giving us a lesson in how to play football here today. And if they score again, I think I'll cry. 6-2 would be just too much to take. And Tottenham are bringing it forward again. Miles and miles of space out on the right. And they take a pot shot. It goes over the bar. Please, can we have full time now? I'd be very grateful. We want to get on the bus, go home, lick our wounds. And we will then watch Manchester City go top. And Liverpool, also with a game in hand, are putting the pressure on us. We are only a few points clear of 5th place. Nothing is settled. That was the worst performance that we've put in this season. Tottenham taught us a lesson. And I think the dream is over. The dream is definitely over. We are certainly being shown, look at this is absolutely dreadful. And we are being shown that it was a fluke in the first half of the season. While all the other teams were playing in Europe, we just took advantage of it. Now they're out of Europe. This is the true Preston. And we'll be lucky to qualify for Europe. We've been thrashed today, 5-2. We've picked up only 2 points from those 3 games. I am bitterly, bitterly disappointed. I think I'll just come back for the Liverpool game at the end of the season now and do the season review. We are going to struggle to qualify for Europe. That's it for this episode. I am bitterly, bitterly disappointed. But if you are new to the channel and you like to see people suffer playing this game, you're in the right place, because I'm suffering big time at the moment. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow. Help us to support the very good stuff you can see scrolling above. I'm going to go away and find a very, very dark corner now and just sob hysterically. We've been poor, very, very poor, and we don't deserve Europe, to be perfectly honest, and I think we're not going to get it. We'll see you for the Liverpool match at the end of the season.